Wildfires that are burning in and around Los Angeles have burned several celebrities' homes and forced stars including Mark Hamill, Mandy Moore, and James Woods to evacuate. Moore and Paris Hilton are among the stars who said Wednesday they had lost homes in the fires. California firefighters are battling wind-whipped fires tearing across the area, destroying homes, clogging roadways as tens of thousands fled while straining resources as the fires burned uncontained. The Pacific Palisades neighborhood is a hillside area along the coast dotted with celebrity residences and memorialized by the Beach Boys in their 1960s hit Surfin' USA. In the frantic haste to get to safety, roadways became impassable when scores of people abandoned their vehicles and fled on foot, some toting suitcases. Less than 72 hours before, Hollywood's highest wattage stars had convened to walk the Golden Globes red carpet, the first major event of the exuberant and, for many, triumphant awards season. The revelry of awards season had quickly been snuffed out too. Premieres of contenders like Better Man and The Last Showgirl were canceled. The nominations for the Screen Actors Guild Awards were announced via press release instead of at a live event, and weekend events like the Critics' Choice Awards were postponed. Studio recordings for shows like ABC's Jimmy Kimmel Live and the CBS show After Midnight were also canceled, along with the very popular theme park Universal Studios shutting down. The Oscar nomination announcements are being delayed 2 days from January 17th to the 19th, and the Film Academy has extended the voting window to accommodate members affected by the fires. Many more celebrities have been impacted by the fires. Jamie Lee Curtis said Wednesday on Instagram that her family is safe, but she suggested her neighborhood and possibly her home is on fire. She said many of her friends lost their homes. Other stars who have homes in the area include Adam Sandler, Ben Affleck, Tom Hanks, and Steven Spielberg. Many are awaiting word on whether their homes survived the flames. Officials didn't give an estimate of structures damaged or destroyed in the wildfire, but they said at least 130,000 residents were under evacuation orders and nearly 30,000 structures were under threat as of 9 p.m. Pacific time on Wednesday evening. Over 4 million customers were also without power. Performer radio and television, including myself, were scheduled to be in Los Angeles later this week and next to cover several events and produce a live broadcast. Those plans have been canceled. We are praying for those affected and hope there is no further loss of life.
Check that one out. There we go, right there. How about that?
Testing.
Yeah,
one,
we should
two.
be fine right now. Okay, sorry, folks. We obviously had some audio problems, and we are fixed now. Okay, Marlena, welcome back again. We're not going to go through that whole entire intro again.
No worries.
No, okay. We are live.
It's okay.
And this is Fun with Food.
Yeah.
And we get some great guests. And sorry we started with the fires then, because we did preface it.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's a pretty sad thing what's going on in LA right now. So, all right, that being said, we're going to bring in our guests right now and welcome.
Still silent.
Still silent. No, it's got to be, can't be silent now. It's definitely going out. So, hold on.
Oh, it's fine now. Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely going out now. Okay, so here we go. Let's bring in all our guests here. There they are. We have Victoria Fabbo in the upper right.
Hey, everyone.
And Esteban Cruz in the lower left.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Fun with Food. How you doing?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome. So
It's Thursday. I mean,
yeah, it's Thursday.
the week is almost over.
It is.
What can we say about this Thursday? Was the drive okay coming down here?
It was a drive.
It was a drive.
About an hour and a half.
Way to be.
Hour and a
Esteban,
half.
can you get a little closer to your mic? There you
Yes,
go.
yes.
There, well, now we can hear you.
You said hour and a half
Wait, what?
from Lowell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Was
I
it-
believe that because
Wow.
during the traffic at around like 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, I don't miss driving.
No, I guess you don't, do you?
Yeah.
You like being carted around.
Yeah, black truck.
There you
We're
go.
here for that.
Okay. Esteban, we saw you, we met you
Yes.
at the Fun with Food that we did back in June.
Yes.
Okay, you were a little camera shy back then.
I still am, but
You still am. Oh, you still are. Okay, excuse me. And Victoria, you were on the same show.
Yes.
And you did some. I still am the
Yummy.
Yeah, yeah. That's all I'm missing. That bread
Thank you.
item that you made was so
Pizza
delicious.
bread. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm glad you
okay.
remember.
I'm getting
Thank
hungry.
you.
We have to go eat after this. Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, we're gonna start with Esteban first. Okay, because Victoria is a great chef, but she needs the great ingredients, and that's why we start with Esteban, who has the great ingredients.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Right?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So Esteban, let's see. Here we go. Nope, that's you guys. There you go. That's us right here. There we go.
Yay.
Okay,Esteban Cruz, and
That's a good photo of me.
well,
For
it's the
some-
only one I could
somehow,
find.
Some way, Michael finds the best.
I was never asked which photo
He
I
won't.
should
He
use.
will not
I
do
will
that.
surprise.
He'll save us
I will
time.
surprise you. That's my job, to make it fun for you. So Esteban, you just got back from another trip. Where you sounded like you were doing some world traveling there. What's up?
No. I just got back from Puerto Rico, but that was a fun trip visiting my parents there. I was able to meet up with my brother, Cruz, a great photographer, and I was able to unwind for the holidays, which is always cool.
Excellent. And
How was the weather?
yeah, the weather must have been good. Huh?
I mean,
he doesn't want to make us feel
Yeah.
bad right now. That's
No,
what
make
it
me
is.
feel bad so I could go get my
it
butt
rained-
over there.
It rained the whole week.
Oh, did
Did
it?
it?
Okay, now I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
I actually looked up prices today.
Did
Oh, you
you?
did? Okay.
Just to see what it-
Goodness.
So you're getting ready to jump on a plane, are you?
Oh, I would love
Where
to.
would you like to go?
Anywhere and anywhere.
Ah,
That has good
Well,
food.
don't say anywhere. No. You could be heading up north, and you don't want to do that. How's Montreal? How's it? Quebec?
True, it's 10
Quebec
degrees. I
City.
checked there, too.
Quebec City. If people
just
go up
came
to
back.
Quebec City in February for the Winter Carnival.
Oh,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say one thing. Yeah, everything's ice. Everything's ice. But if you love
look at
food,
the camera.
if you love food, the cooking up in Quebec City,
yeah.
unbelievable. Because all they're doing is cooking all day long. They have
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
nothing better to do. in the
Nothing
middle
but-
of winter, definitely
I
cooking all
think
day
that's the best thing to do.
long. Sure, why not? Well, sure. No,
There's
the best.
nothing, but
no, the
this
best thing is
is
eating
best.
it. So no, the best thing is eating it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So Esteban, you were down in
I was
Puerto
down in
Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But you also went to Europe recently and a few other things, correct?
Yeah, well, I was in Europe for my first time overseas, and that was super, super fun. I employ everybody if they can make it down to Europe. It's an unbelievable trip.
Yeah. And you said you went to Malaga, Spain. I've been there too.
It was France, Spain, and Italy.
Very good.
Okay. And
Couple of stops here and there.
right, and what were those stops consist? What did it consist of? What were you
It
doing?
consisted of me doing a lot of eating with my girlfriend, and just refining my palate. Really, it was an unbelievable experience. They're able to use simple ingredients and make them taste unbelievable, and that's
Right.
what I'm trying to achieve with my sofrito.
Can I just want to? I want to take a beauty shot.
Yes.
Can we do that? Oh my goodness.
Hold on. There's a close up of the label.
Yes.
And we'll go back to Marlena, who
Yeah,
gives you her.
This is the real deal. So when you know it sits, that's how you know it's like if it doesn't move,
It's made with
there's a
it's made
problem.
with about 8 spices.
Okay.
I have an 8 spice blend that I use to make the sofrito. I also use olive oil and vegetable oil, a 50-50 blend,
Okay.
which makes it easier. You can just put it on your pan and start cooking right away.
Yummy. Wait.
You're saving
Yes.
saving a hand
Yes,
a handful of steps.
I don't know
just
if
by
you can see
using
that.
this
Look at
product.
that.
Now this is the same.
That's a dry seasoning.
Yeah, this is a dry
It's
one.
the dry version of this. 32 ounces. I dehydrate
Yes.
into 8 ounces.
And I love it because he's really professional with it. He definitely puts the label. Okay, he puts the label, he puts the calories.
information is-
Anybody that's like me that wants to know what we're eating and what we're putting in our stomachs.
This is considered a superfood.
Yes. You
By
can just
many-
eat it just
by
like
many-
that.
Well, I do sell a version that's no sodium, so people do eat
Okay.
it.
Perfect.
right
No
out of the
sodium,
jar.
people.
But
Yeah.
to make it easier for the cooking process, it does come with its own salt.
Okay.
So about 1/3 cup is enough to cook some beans, for instance. That's all you need.
You know,
Just a
last time
cup
we had fun with
and a
food.
can of beans.
And a can of beans, right? I'm so here for this because the last time we had the fun with food through connecting pieces, y'all took it. Everybody snatched it. Everybody took one, and I wasn't able to take one, and I was like, it's fine.
That one's specifically for you.
Well, I really appreciate it. You know, I know it was just for show, and we'll keep it like that. You
I'm
know,
always ready for sales. So
Oh.
I have-
There you go.
he got some on
I have some
deck. That's how
backup.
you know you.
We're
was
going to be
feeling
buying
good
some
for
then, I
you.
guess. Actually, let's talk about what you can do with this amazing. What would you call it? It's not a
shorter
spice.
list is what you can't make with it.
Okay.
But
The short list. So let's look at
Let's look at
let's
what
look
we
at a
can
few
do.
things. Oh my gosh. Oh
Why you
my
did that?
gosh.
Like,
why
why
I
you
did
gotta
that?
show-
Because we have to do this.
I don't think
That's
it's
why I
fun.
did that.
I don't think it's fun to watch food right now.
the top is just a little platter that I had cooked one day.
With those are some plantains on
That's
there.
plantain, some fried cheese, some salami, but that's
Ooh.
some stewed bacalao. There's some salted codfish on the top. You can dip some plantains in the sauce. And
Yummy.
Put some bacalao right on top of it.
Excellent.
But you can also roast vegetables with it. Bottom left there is some baby potatoes and baby onions that I tossed only in the wet sofrito. And since it's already made with with oil and salt and our 8 spice blend, it cooks up really, really easily, and it's always delicious.
Excellent. And what do we got? That's a pork chop?
That's I was illustrating my
Looks like
my
pig.
grill marks
Okay.
technique there.
Bless you.
Very good
But-
grill
but
marks.
that is a pork chop that I marinated overnight in just a dry sofrito
Ooh.
as a brine. So this dry sofrito can also be used as a brine.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And the rice, that's some black rice with squid ink that I did make with my sofrito, both of them actually, the wet and dry sofrito, and I used some squid and in its own ink to make the
That's in the lower right?
locrio.
That's
Yeah.
in the lower right? Okay.
Yeah,
The
fried egg.
locrio, the locrio,
Those meatballs in the upper right?
and I got some meatballs. Yeah, you can use them on meatballs. You can also use them on pollo guisado, which is stewed chicken.
Okay.
So it can be used for many things, really.
Very good. Now, do you give out recipes, or how does that work? Do you offer suggestions?
Yeah,
on how
I
to
can
use
also-
your sofrito?
well, it is a sofrito. So
What would you say that in English then?
Sofrito?
So person that doesn't know what
Sofrito?
sofrito, I know like
there
Frito.
is no translation.
There
is there?
isn't.
It's
Yeah.
sofrito comes from the to stir fry sort of.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you use this as a base to stir fry your meats and your vegetables, whatever you're gonna use to make your main dish.
Right.
But yeah,
But yeah.
Well, we're here for it, you know, not for nothing. Like, I'm a cooker myself, especially when I get into the kitchen. Like, I can definitely cook some meals. And I mean, my mom is full Puerto Rican and my dad is black and white. I only know from my mom's side on how she makes stuff. And she's an inventor. Like, we call her Chef Pepina because she's always in the kitchen and she wants to be like, what does my kids want to eat? And we'll be like, Mom, just cook us something because we're going to eat it, okay? But we can always count on her to make something really good. And I'm the taste tester. Like, she'll be like, how does this taste? I'll be like, Ma, I give her the honest, at least. Like,
So,
you know,
I want you
try
to-
to be honest with the chef because that's what the chef wants.
you said your mother's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to give her this,
Oh, yeah.
and I can assure you,
You heard that, Mom?
She will never go back.
You heard she watches sometimes, okay? So
Hi, Mom.
hi, he's gonna definitely we're gonna gift this to you.
There you go.
But first, I'm gonna use it.
So for novices though, okay, so I found this. Here we go.
Yes.
Start with some beans.
There's a simple recipe.
Simple
there
recipe.
that 20 minutes your beans are done.
Yes.
I bet they taste better than any beans you'll ever have from a can, right?
Of course.
Of course.
1/4 cup of sofrito is all you need to make the beans.
Okay.
That's it. You put it in, has salt, spices, vegetables, cilantro, everything you need. 1/4. You put it to stir fry. You can use some tomato paste. You can use some bijol or some food coloring. A little cap of vinegar at the end. It's super simple. Super
Excellent.
Yeah, I love
Now,
that
can,
he
can
said
they
he
find
didn't
this in
say.
more recipes on your social media places like that?
I'm developing some recipes. Yes. to
Okay,
add
very
on my
good.
social media.
Yeah, I love that you said the food coloring because we don't, I don't want to say it because we don't want to get, I don't want,
we don't
Goya,
get any
Goya.
food coloring too much.
Yeah.
Well, bijol is just it's a different. It's not sazon.
It's not sazon.
No,
You
bijol.
cannot compare it.
Bijol is a food coloring.
Yes.
Like a natural organic food coloring.
Exactly. Like sazon is definitely processed. It's not really good
Yeah.
for you. It
Let's-
has the
let's,
red 40.
Great. Let's take a look at a couple other dishes here. Okay. Ooh. Arroz.
That's something that
That-
I just came up with one after.
Is that chicken?
That's a popular lollipop drumstick,
Ooh.
chicken drumstick.
Ooh.
I put them inside. I think those were ramekins for creme brulee, maybe. But I just put some rice in it with some water and I put them in toaster oven. I think I made 4 of them. And
In a toaster oven.
That's the
It's so
toaster oven.
simple.
It's super simple, but I do
Wow.
like playing with food, like really.
There you go. That's what we call fun with
So
food.
that was made with
Okay,
wet
we'll go back to this.
wet and dry sofrito.
Oh, both. Okay, good.
yes.
So this is pretty common to New Englanders.
Yes.
This looks like a clam bake.
That's a clam bake, boil. So I used, to season the water, I used the dried sofrito, which gives it a really distinct flavor to all the seafood.
Wow, yeah, that
It gives it a
imagine.
nice touch. You just
Excellent.
season the water with it, and you get to boiling.
Oh, that one's calling me, Marlena. It's definitely calling me.
The
Okay.
shrimp is looking at me.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little take on Italian meatballs, huh?
Those are Italian-style meatballs. I did add wet sofrito to the sauce, which gives it a very unique flavor, a very delicious. It gives it a real nice twist to it. But they were Italian-style meatballs.
So, okay, my mouth is salivating right now, definitely. and we
a
got
problem.
Victoria coming up, too. This is going to be worse. So they can find your sofrito online, correct?
Yes,
no, why don't you give them your social media so they can...
I'm at Claras Gourmet Sofrito on Instagram. That's my main page.
okay, so that's how you spell it right there.
Yes.
Claras
Gourmet.
Gourmet Sofrito. Okay, and you're based up in the North Shore, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. And so, listen, we're going to find out a little bit more about the sofrito, and we're going to bring Victoria in. Well, I want to say Victoria has her own show. Okay, and we want to give you an idea of what Victoria does. She does a little something in the kitchen, and she goes to different restaurants. Kind of like what we did with Wicked Bites a little bit back in the day. So we're going to play that right now.
Okay.
And then we'll be right back with Victoria. So here, take a little look at Victoria in action on her show.
Welcome back to Fabbo's Foods with Victoria Fabbo. Next, we're headed to Fuente's Kitchen. Fuente's Kitchen is off of Summer Street and High Street. It's an El Salvadorian cuisine restaurant. Though, as they say, it's kitchen, and they will showcase any food that you really want to enjoy. They have pizzas, they have curries, heck, they even have pupusas. So I really hope you enjoy learning about their cuisine and their kitchen.
Okay,
Se
very, very,
fuerte.
very,
That's-
very
that's
good.
strong.
Whoops, wrong one.
We
Okay.
love it.
There we go.
Victoria.
They love.
Gracias.
Yes. Okay, Victoria. That good. I didn't think the intro was that quick, but that's okay. So you have been doing this the show for how long now?
So in Revere, my cooking show, it's been going on over 2 years now. And my Everett Restaurant TV show is new. So we just launched it, and we did 4 episodes there so far.
Very good. All right. And what made you want to get into doing something like this? I'm just curious.
Oh, I just think it was been so cool to watch growing up for so many years and having my parents have their restaurant. I really wanted to showcase mom and pop places and
Oh,
how
okay.
food's made
So you grew up in a restaurant, pretty
Yes.
much.
since I was 5. So
Since you were 5. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't get in our way.
I'm glad we have sofritos and we have
Yes.
seasonings that will actually hone in and make that food really good. So.
Yummy.
Cool.
So how would you plan on using my sofrito to develop some of your recipes?
Ooh, great question. I wanted to ask a question too.
Yeah.
How long do you dehydrate the dry rub for? Because I didn't like it. I
You have my
loved it.
recipe?
No.
Oh. It's about a 30-hour process.
Oh, wow.
30 hours.
30
I
Wow.
believe that.
To get this into a powder.
So kind of like you said earlier when we were talking, you said the flank steak. So I like to marinate that the wet sofritos overnight with it, and then like you said, grill it. But when I was doing like vegetables and whatnot, I used the dry seasoning and I sprinkled it on. So I kind of let it just like marinate, like you said.
You steamed them, you said?
I sautéed them.
Sauteed, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that was nice that you said that you let them brine. I think that was a cool idea when you said with your dry seasoning.
You can also use it for brining,
Yeah.
So this is a product that I've developed over 20 years of cooking and thinking, how do I better the sofrito? How do I better it? How do I better it? But I think I've made it. It's the very best sofrito you can get on the market
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think so.
It has everything you need. You just put it on your pan. You start cooking. You can put it on top of bread. I made some bread. You could just put it in there and bake it.
Like garlic bread?
What is that bread that you kind of push and then you put all over?
Focaccia.
Focaccia bread.
Yeah.
I made
Okay.
some focaccia bread
Oh.
with it. So you make the little holes with your
Yes.
fingers, but
Yes.
you let the sofrito kind of
Yeah.
cool in the indents of your finger. Then you bake.
Okay.
That's a little.
Now I know what I'm
Excellent.
doing
See,
next. Thank
they're
you.
getting
We're
lost.
making everybody hungry.
They're
Alex.
so lost.
So,
Like
you can
put
mix
two
the-
chefs together and they'll just go.
Well, I'm
I know.
not-
Let's just give the show to them now.
Yeah.
Definitely. We get some fans out there. Okay, you got some family members, Tina and Karen.
Hi, family.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
Thank you.
Henny says, beautiful person in and out. Marlena. Marlena's got a fan.
Thank you,
Good.
Genesis.
How much did you pay her? Him.
I didn't. She's just a firm believer.
Oh, she's
I mean,
a
we
firm
know
believer.
each other for a while.
Pay
Like,
a good amount.
And,
yeah,
Rose
we've seen
says,
each other
"Looks
grow
delicious."
over the years. So, and she sings as well. So hopefully, we can get you
okay.
in the studio, girlfriend.
There you go. That's
You
good.
know.
So, Victoria, when you are doing, coming up with ideas for your shows, what do you like to look for?
I'm really just excited about that day. Some people are really good at planning, and I will say that, and I commend them.
Right.
I am just like, hey, what am I thinking of? And let's just do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is planned and methodically thought out, but oftentimes I'm going with the flow.
There you go. So you just kind of go in and
Yeah.
say, what's going to happen today? I don't know. Let's see what happens.
It's been fun doing the Everett restaurants and hope to do many more restaurants.
Right.
When you go there, you really don't know what to expect. Sure, you've been in the kitchen maybe before just to observe it and everything,
Right.
and gotten to know and build a rapport with the different chefs and owners. But really, it's just the day of and like what they're showcasing, Chefs, it's what your mood is and what you're going to come to the kitchen to do. So I think that's fun.
Right. And I'm sure they enjoy it too, right?
And do you pick up any like tips from them or advice? Do they show you like not like that, Victoria, like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
That's a true student. I can give that to you. They always you have to be a student first. I know like you could be a mastery in what you're already doing.
Right.
But you're best as a teacher when you're still willing to like learn.
Definitely.
I love that.
Yeah. Even how I eat a momo. I think it was so funny. I was like cutting it in half and they're like, looked at me like I did a sin.
Yeah.
They're like, you're
What
supposed
were
to
you
eat that a momo. So it's like a dumpling but it's Nepali and Indian fusion.
Ah.
So it's like dough, they put the meat in, like it's kind of like soupy too. And so, yeah, and then they were like, you need to just put that in your mouth and eat it. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to do that now. So
Oh, now I know.
now I know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the moo advice.
Exactly.
So do you know these restaurant owners or chefs before you go in, or just kind of look them up online? How do you make your selections?
Thankfully, I've met a couple just like me going in and eating, and then the other ones have been through great friends or people that I've met and been like, hey, I'm doing this show. They're like, come here, let's go now. And so they literally just walk me into the door of the restaurant, and thankfully get to have the chef agree to come on. So it's been awesome.
Very good. Now, most of your shows from Revere were in the studio, though, correct?
Yes. So those have been in the studio. Thankfully, just asking people to come on, hey, would you like to just showcase me the food? Like, thank you, Marlena. Like, we're all students. We're still learning. Even just having, like, family members telling me, like, family history of, like, my grandmother. Right. So it's just been nice to be like, oh, okay, so that's how it's done. But for me, too, food is life, and we need to learn it. And I think learning how other people do it, like, you know, Damos has been on, Marissa's been on, and so just having other people from different backgrounds come and teach me different things has been really cool.
Yes.
So I love that.
I definitely wanted to get your feedback, Esteban, about the connecting pieces and how we did Fun with Food and how we sponsored your Sofrito. I mean, you weren't in the room for very long. I know you had to leave. But what did you think about, at least, or the vibe that you got from us using your Sofrito? I mean, was that the first time someone wanted to sponsor you, or?
It wasn't the first time, but it was interesting. It was super interesting. Everybody seemed excited to have it and be using it on the show, which was very, very satisfying.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was super cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know, because most of the time, like when we get people that want to come out and show out what they even advertising or showing, sometimes they even get amazed with people's reactions as well. So I really do appreciate that, like getting the inspiration and looking now, like you're back, and like we want to keep.
It took a few months, but I'm here.
Yeah, you know, you had a vacation. I'm a little jelly or whatever, but. We appreciate you. You know, Fun with Food is something that we love to keep it like spontaneous and fun, and
it was definitely fun.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That one's actually pre-recorded. This one's live, and you could tell because we weren't on point when we first started. That's my fault.
Well, who else can do it?
I found out.
I'm gonna
5 minutes
blame me.
before
Blame
we
me.
went live that we were going live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
you didn't know.
Hey, boss, excuse him. He makes sofrito. He's gonna be a millionaire.
There we go.
God willing.
There you go.
God willing.
So, do you, Esteban? Do you go in the kitchen and start experimenting? I know Victoria does.
I experiment every day in the kitchen.
Every day.
I'm the type that once I know how to cook something, I kind of won't want to cook it too much, and I'll just move on to something else. I don't know how to cook. Once I learn how to cook that, I'll just keep it moving. I'm not the guy that cooks the same thing
There you
over
go.
and over and
Well,
over. I love playing with food.
Victoria is the gal that cooks. So, Victoria, do you like to work on other people's recipes, or do you like to make your own? Or you like, or do you like to improve other people's recipes? How does that work for you?
I like to just take like the concept, like you're saying. Like I really, really want to improve myself making like a curry, right? And so fritos, I haven't actually made, but to cook with it is like a new process to me too. Because like mostly I cook Italian food, so like just like learning other cuisines.
The dry sofrito would be. I've made curries with the dry sofrito. It makes an excellent curry. It gives it a unique taste that many. I can assure you, nobody will figure out how you made the curry, and that could be the secret, ingredient that takes your curry over the top.
Sounds good.
All for all those love
on,
Indian
curry.
food.
And it was
It's like
so,
an Indian. It's like a fusion then when you cook.
yeah.
Fusion,
Okay.
you know, those around me know how I feel about fusion food, but
Well, then I want to
Well,
know.
yeah, I know. Well,
Okay, spill it. You open up the door, man. You open up the
you
door.
invite me back, and then that'll be segment number 2.
Oh, he wants to do another whole
Right.
segment.
I'm up for the challenge.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
But you know what? I love how he was like, oh, you use 1/4. You can never tell a Hispanic use 1/4. Are you kidding me? We just
That's a
pour it
ballpark.
in.
That's a ballpark.
You know, like we just pour it in and we just
does it
get
taste good?
surprised on
Yeah.
if it's gonna taste good or not. So you can't really tell somebody.
It's the taste test.
1/4.
I know.
It's like you
I
pour
don't
it-
measure either. I usually read a recipe.
No.
I get the ingredients and I make the dish
Yeah.
myself. I read it once, I go to the market and just make the recipe.
Yeah.
Are you the same?
Yeah. I'm always told, just follow the recipe, Victoria. I'm just like, well, you can't.
Yeah.
The air is different, the temperature, the water, the pan you're using, is the meat you actually
And
have.
the love
It's
you're
great.
putting into the recipe with your actual hands, that
Yes.
transmutes into the recipe.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you when it comes to what Michael was mentioning, how like you can taste, like you could taste someone's food and be like, oh wait, I can make it better. Essentially, you don't want to be like that because like you're disrespecting someone else's dishes, you know. But my mom is so funny because she'll make a turkey and she'll go to my grandmother's house and she'll be like, wait, I know she made a turkey, so let me just compare real quick. She's like, Marlena, which one tastes good? I'm like, I can't do that with grandma.
Yeah.
You know, you learned from her. I can't do that. But like, we're just taste testing. It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure that mine tastes better. So I feel like chefs have their little own like,
I'm sure, yeah.
Well,
it's an ego and a pride thing.
yeah, a little bit. Like they're like, wait, no, I'm the chef. Like, get out. Get out.
On that note, in Puerto Rico, we killed a pig for New Year's. And the two in charge, it was an uncle and my cousin in charge of the event, and they
Lechon.
when they were making the chicharrón, they were comparing how they do it.
Yes.
So they were arguing, the way I do it is best. No, the way I do it is best.
Exactly.
So that's common between two people that
Yes,
like to
you
cook, right?
have to.
They're gonna pick their side, meaning the way I make chicharrón is the best way.
And you know how many lechones out there, like the stores? There's so many fried pigs
And
places.
they all make it different. In Puerto Rico,
They
they all
really
make
do.
it different.
They
have
really
their
do.
own little technique.
Yes.
They all do, right?
I love it when it's crunchy. I do appreciate the crunchy part, and you can feel the zest, like you can taste the zestiness from the lime. That's what I do love. If it's like just straight chewy and just oil,
The Portuguese make a good chicharrón. I'm living in Lowell, Massachusetts, and the Portuguese there make an excellent chicharrón and a red wine version. They
where?
marinate it.
What place do you know? What
Silva's
place?
Market.
Silva's Market.
Silva's Market in Lowell. They make. Chicharrón, fried pork is revered all around the world,
Yes.
right? But
Yes.
in Lowell, there's a lot of chicharrón spots, from Puerto Rican to Brazilian to
Dominican?
Portuguese to Dominicans. Well, yeah, Dominicans make good chicharrón too.
Yeah.
But-
We can't forget about them.
My mother's
Well,
Dominican.
you know what? Hispanic food, especially Mexican, has become probably one of the most popular cuisines in the world.
Yeah.
Which one?
Hispanic food. I would
Yeah.
say Italian, probably number one.
Mexican.
But Mexicans
Asian
come up there.
is number one.
But
Oh, he's
Caribbean,
saying,
Korean
Asian is number one.
Unfortunately,
Asian?
Unfortunately,
well, considering how many Asian people
Yeah.
live there,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, well, okay, let's say the United States in terms of popularity. Okay? Besides pizza, which technically not even Italian, but Italian
Right.
and I think Mexican. And now, of course, the Caribbean versions of Hispanic food with the, what was I going to say, plantains and all the fresh ingredients that they have in the Caribbean.
Our foods are. Excuse
That's
me.
okay.
Our foods are definitely becoming more popular worldwide.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy about.
Yes.
If you go to Spain and like southern Spain, even like in October and November, they're still harvesting the fruits there and the vegetables there, and the foods are so delicious, even because it's the Mediterranean influence.
Yes.
Okay, and then you've got the like I said, in the Caribbean and South America, where they grow so many amazing Brazilian food too. Always more. It's very popular around here. A lot of Brazilian steakhouses around here.
Yeah,
So that's good. It's like a variation on similar styles.
And they all use a version of sofrito.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Every sofrito has been around for hundreds of years. And many,
So what's its origin? Sofrito?
it's hailing from the Spain area hundreds of years ago, and it traveled through the Caribbean and into the States. But a lot of cultures make a sofrito
Right.
of some type. Some of them add carrots, some of them add celery. But what I've done is I've taken recipes from around the world and I've developed this particular sofrito here.
Excellent.
So my sofrito is really a fusion of all worldwide sofritos in one product.
Very good. So since we're talking about different types of cuisines, Victoria, what's your favorite to make? Put you on the spot right now.
Favorite to make.
Favorite to make.
Classic. Italian.
Classic. Well, she's Italian.
Yeah.
There you go. But Italian, I think, is still the number one. I think if you ask almost anybody in the planet, Italian is, that Mediterranean.
Not for long. Not for long.
Not for long. Okay.
Well, you have to eat a little bit of everything to cover your plate, right?
There you
Right. I may not know the name, but I'll taste it.
No, Italian, I think, is obviously great. We're talking about kind of like Mediterranean now. So you got Italian, you got Greek, you got French, you got Spanish, okay, Portuguese, okay, all those foods, Moroccan, okay, they've been cooking for how many millennia?
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so
got it down pat.
they've had a head start on everybody.
Yeah.
And then of course you can add the Asians too. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
But this is a different. Well, I'm just saying they were doing it a little differently
Yeah.
because the Mediterranean uses a lot of fish, and that's extraordinarily healthy for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I think the Mediterranean, and they say Mediterranean diet is good for you because you get the olive oils, you get the good oils, you get the fruits, the vegetables, the fish, all very, very healthy for you.
Now I'm curious. Do you both or one grow your own vegetables at all?
I have a thought. The Asians actually, and we'll go back
Oh,
to
okay,
the question.
yeah.
The Asians, when they have the wok and they're playing with their wok, when they begin cooking,
Right.
the first few ingredients that they put in the wok, that's actually their sofrito.
Wow.
So they all use sofrito in different forms.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're based.
So we all use sofrito. But what was your question again?
No worries. Is there any time, or do you grow your own vegetables, or you go to the farmers market?
I'm not in that. I don't yet. I'm trying to grow enough where I can buy locally, which is ideal, right? When I was in Puerto Rico, my mother was literally picking ajíes and culantro and cilantro from the yard,
Yes.
and bringing it to me so I could cook in the kitchen.
Yes.
I'm not able to bring that to Puerto Rico because it's a liquid thing.
Right.
So I did bring some
The dried one.
sofrito.
Yeah, because you'll be able to compact it.
Yeah.
How about you, Victoria? Have you?
I feel sad now because it's a food desert in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
right? So we're all very
A food desert, really?
Yes.
You mean in terms of ingredients?
So a food desert is by definition too could be varied, but it's because there's a supermarket or a location to grow food in your actual city.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So the city of Everett is technically a food desert because there's no major supermarket or anywhere where anybody can garden. Right. So there's little bodegas and mom and pop places. Right. But unfortunately, that's can be a frightening thing.
Yeah.
Right. I live in an apartment. I can't really grow anything. I've tried,
Yeah.
but there is not enough sunlight. So right. So
Don't they have community gardens in some of these places, though?
You would hope,
You would hope.
but there is.
No? Okay.
There in Lowell they do have
Yes.
some. I haven't seen in Lawrence.
Mill City grows.
Mill
Mill
City
City
grows. And touching base on that,
Yeah.
how we even met Esteban was through Carolyn.
Yep.
She brought him onto the show with Connecting Pieces, and she's through Seeds Catering, and she's just a phenomenal asset, just as a friend, as a mentor, as a person to our community. She's also going to be part of Boys and Girls Club. It's in the works, okay?
Very good.
But
Seeds
this is
catering.
Seeds Catering. She's going to be in the works of going through Boys and Girls Club, and we're going to be giving a demo to the kids on what
Kids should learn how to cook.
what type of tools you would need to garden.
Great.
And eventually we want to ease, because we don't want to give them the reward first. We want to be able to be like, this is an education, but you can also use it in real life when you are an adult.
Right.
And how very important food sovereignty is, and what you're putting in your body, and junk food is not real food.
Excellent.
And I know the kids are going to be intimidated, what are you talking about? I love my hot Cheetos and Takis. I don't want nothing to do with that. But the
then
ones,
when they get some real food, boy.
right, the ones
said
that
they know
will
the
get
difference.
it, exactly, the ones that will get it, got it, and they will stick, and they will be like, oh wait, my mom gardens. you know, because we have a lot of Cambodian kids in the school or in the program. We have a lot of Hispanic kids in the program. So we want to be able to let them know, like, hey, not just your mom and your dad do it, or your grandmother or your grandfather does it, but we can teach you to also understand that as an adult, you know, you're not only seeing your elders, but you can also do it as well. And, you know, we never know. We could probably give them an apron and, like, take it home, or some, like, tools, and then go to the garden. That's the overall goal.
Wow,
so we want to make sure we go to the garden. The van fits like 15 kids. So
Awesome.
we're making
There's something else besides McDonald's, kids.
Exactly.
Definitely,
No nuggets
definitely.
and fries.
Victoria, real quickly, before we have to get ready to leave.
Okay.
You do more than just cook, right? Right? I know you do. Look, take a look.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's Victoria on the runway.
Thank you.
Okay, beautiful gown right
Almost
there.
Boutique in Dorchester.
There you go. You can do the plug there.
Yeah.
And here's another one right here. Okay, there you
Oh,
go. Little
yeah.
print modeling.
Ooh, what
there.
is this?
This
So,
is Donald's,
yes.
too.
I
From
love it.
Micah.
your every man's dream, from in the kitchen to in the designer gown.
I know.
Wow.
There you go,
Coming
right?
from your mouth, or is that
I don't know, but geez, I haven't seen that photo. Goodness, that was
Talk
cute.
about hot
I
Cheetos.
love that.
There you go.
The orange.
So
Yes.
I understand you're also going to be a Miss Massachusetts USA contestant?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Very, very good.
So excitingly, yeah. So Miss Mass USA, they changed. Thank you. They changed their
That's
requirements.
the rest of the crowd.
So
What's the so if you wanted to touch base, like anyone that's curious and wanting to know what
Do
you
it.
can, you know, do for being in the pageant scene. I know how different it is back then. So touch base on what they
Yeah.
can expect now.
Definitely. So yeah. So now you can be over age of 30. You can be married, have children, and I really think that's awesome because heck yeah, right?
Woohoo!
Yeah. Pageantry is just really awesome. It makes you expand on the way you like see yourself and you see the world,
Right.
which I really appreciate. And you get to meet so many new friends from doing that.
You're not
And
over
I love
30.
that. 31 next month.
You're kidding.
Goodness, you look so good.
Yeah, wow.
Kind
It's that
of.
good, healthy living, right? All that
And that
Sofrito.
spirit. It's not only what she eats, it's that spirit.
There you go.
Thank you.
So, Victoria, where can they find you on social media?
Yes, so I am at Victoria Fabbo or at Fabulous Foods with Victoria Fabbo. And then my website is Fabbo on Foods. So yeah. So
There
I'm
you go.
really
And so
excited.
you're on YouTube and all those platforms, correct?
Yes, Fabulous
Excellent.
Foods. Thank you.
Excellent.
Where can they find you, Esteban?
He already said so. But go ahead, say it
No,
again.
like where can they?
Claras Gourmet Sofrito.
But where can they find you
On Instagram is my main page.
Physically.
physically? Like where can they find you? Are you in a
Oh.
restaurant?
That's
Or
what you
your
meant.
apartment? What?
I'm working on all that.
You're working on it?
Yes,
Got
I'm
this.
working on it.
Okay, what about you, Fabbo? Where can we find you?
Revere and Everett, and hopefully international very soon.
You
Very
can find me in the
good.
Merrimack Valley.
Merrimack Valley.
Merrimack
Said it.
Valley.
You
So I want to
mouthful
say
of Riverhawk.
say thank you for Kayla tuning in, Sharon tuning in.
Thank you.
Rose, very nice comment. Thank you very much, Rose. Nicole says, killing it, Victoria.
Good job, team.
She kills it in
everybody.
the stage. She kills it on the runway. She kills it in the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Listen, folks, this has been really great to kick off the year with some tasty, tasty items. We want everyone to be healthy, safe.
Thank you.
Shout out to the people in LA. We know it's tough. People are watching out in LA right now. We were going to be there next week, but unfortunately, everything is postponed. And like I said, we were praying for everybody over there.
Yes.
And we should be back. I think our next Fun with Food might be a really interesting one. I think we might be going to Tresca. Tresco. Talk
Rich,
about
you heard
Italian.
that?
Talk about Italian. Our friend Rich there. We're cooking up something on the air with the Rich at Tresca, so that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Esteban, thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
in and bringing the
Yes.
sofrito. And Victoria, what can I say? I can't wait for you to do a demo for us again.
Okay.
Okay, because
Yes.
I still remember from back in June.
Thank you.
That taste is
I
still in my
know.
head. Still in my head.
The lentil.
Well, I've also brought some for you to take home.
Very good. Thank you.
Complimentary.
I'm
His
hoping I
mom
can
is
live
gonna
up to the challenge.
Let me know what Mama Zotos says, okay?
Another challenge. Okay, very
Yes.
good. Hey, I love all this. This is excellent. And like I said, it's good for you. I mean, it's tasty and it's good for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no-brainer.
It's a superfood, really.
A superfood. All right, come on, go out and get it. Try it. You'll love it.
Yes.
All right, folks, we are going to be back hopefully. Actually, we were supposed to be in LA next week doing a live show. So that has been canceled. So we will be back in 2 weeks for a Night Moves, and we've got some interesting guests on that night. Yeah, should I tell them?
What?
Okay.
See, he always be surprising.
I told you what it was. You just don't remember.
Maybe not.
Booty Vortex.
Yes.
One of the coolest bands
it's
you will
bad.
ever see. We hung out with them at the Nighttime Awards. Booty Vortex will be in the house in 2 weeks for Night Moves.
Okay.
And in 3 weeks, we got a lot of Boston Fashion Award winners coming
Yes.
in. So you want to check that one out.
Stay
and very
tuned.
soon, we'll be doing another Fun with Food with Chef Rich from Tresca. So all that's coming up in the very near future. We want you to stay tuned and listen, have yourself a dry and warm January. And, stay safe, right?
Thank you,
Happy New
everybody.
Year, everyone.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank
Have a good
you.
one. Bye-bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.